What up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to P-Dub's Arcade Loft, where we always appreciate it when you come and hang out upstairs with us. I'm your host, Patrick, and guess what, guys? Time is a flying. Can you believe it? We are over halfway through April. First quarter's over. We're already into second quarter, and the year just feels like it's flying by, doesn't it? It feels like it's flying by. I have not been making YouTube content the last couple weeks. I keep trying. I know I keep telling you guys I'm going to get those videos done. I'm going to get those videos done, and I just can't get to it, unfortunately, with all the medical issues and things I've been having. And it was weird. I'm a type 1 diabetic. Then I find out I'm anemic. And then I find out that I got this problem on my arm, which is actually related to my anemia. That is a story for another day. Now that all the tests have come through and how I fucked up and made this nastiness happen on my arm. That's the only glimpse you're going to get of it right now, because it's finally healing. It's better than what it used to be, but it's absolutely disgusting. And it's been crazy, right? It's been crazy. Plus my job is insane right now. I mean, as most of you know, full-time career-wise, I work in the insurance industry. And ever since the California fires in January, which are the biggest wildfire event in the history of the United States of America, it made people realize that they need to make sure that they have good insurance, right? So as you can imagine, insurance companies are just unbelievably busy right now. My job is so freaking busy because everybody has realized, like, when their homes burn down, if they don't have enough coverage or the proper coverage, they end up being screwed over, right? So sure enough, they're looking for better opportunities, right? Better places for the coverage. So I really don't talk about my career or job that much. I like to keep a separation of church and state, if you will. But my job is insane. Like, I get off work, I'm so tired, I'm so brain fried. Plus, with the medical stuff going on, I haven't been doing YouTube the last few weeks, right? And I feel like I've missed out on some stuff. I feel like I've missed out on some stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that I kind of want to catch up on some stuff today. And the reason we're doing this stream right now in the afternoon is because it's Saturday. I got nothing going on right now. And WrestleMania doesn't start for 2 more hours. I think it's 4 o'clock p.m. on the Pacific Coast. I'm on California time right now. So I still got 2 hours before WrestleMania. I figure I could burn an hour of it hanging out with you guys. And he's here. I'm so excited he's here. Guys, give a big shout out in the live chat to our #1 Rumble viewer, Marcus. Marcus is over on Rumble. If you guys have been following the streams, we always laugh and joke that when we broadcast on Rumble, which we are simulcasting on Rumble right now, that, Marcus is usually the only one there. And Marcus is here. Guys in the live chat on YouTube, do us a favor and give a shout out to Marcus over on Rumble. Jolly Green has joined him on Rumble as well. We are on Rumble as well. We're broadcasting on Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube. I tried to broadcast to Kick, but Kick didn't like the transmission and I had to cancel it. I had to cancel it. Yeah, Prince Malcolm, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, WrestleMania, baby. We got 2 hours, less than an hour and 55 minutes before WrestleMania starts. They're doing a whole bunch of pre-shows now, a bunch of shit I don't want to watch. So I figured we could kill an hour just hanging out, right? We could kill an hour hanging out. Let's see who else is here. I thought I saw Mo. Everyone acknowledge Mo in the chat. Will Jey Uso win the title tonight? I don't think so. I think Gunther's gonna win. I'm sorry. I don't think if Jey Uso wins, that guarantees Cody Rhodes loses to John Cena because they're not going to have two heel champions. So if Gunther wins, expect John Cena to lose. But in all honesty, you have to give the belt to John Cena. Am I right? You have to give the belt to him. Otherwise, what is he going to do the rest of the year? He needs to have his final run as a heel champion. Cody got his contract fulfillment with WWE. I know this isn't a wrestling podcast, but Cody got his 1 year as champion. He did his thing. He finished his story. It's time to move on. It's time to give it to John Cena for one final run as a heel. Cyan, you are absolutely worthy. Cyan's over on Twitch. What's up, buddy? Thanks so much for tuning into us on Twitch. Greatly appreciate your support. All right, so there's a number of things I want to talk about, and this is where I was going. I want to talk a few pinball items as well as something about Arcade1Up Star Wars. We're going to talk about AtGames. We're going to do some virtual pinball discussion. We're going to talk a little bit about Stern Pinball King Kong. That was one of the big news this week. And the other big news this week was Dune Pinball from Barrels of Fun, a company that I'm very fond of. I own their Labyrinth. And I did register for their giveaway. Now, here's what sucks about something like this, right? So they're doing this giveaway. Everyone who owns a Labyrinth pinball can register their user, like their machine ID numbers. They register it and they're going to do a random pull, and whoever gets pulled will win a Dune pinball machine for free. I think that's what the contest is. So it's a way they're trying to say thank you to their current customers, current owners of Labyrinth Pinball. Is you have an opportunity. Let's just say all 1,000 Labyrinth Pinball owners, let's say all 1,000 register for the giveaway, which I'm pretty sure not everyone's going to register because, people don't pay attention. They don't read their emails. They don't watch the news or YouTubes. If I get picked and I win, this is my fear. I will be thrilled because I will have just entered it and I got it and I won it and cool, right? Like, to me, I'd be thrilled. Like, hey, man, I just got a $10,000 pinball machine for free. But because I am a social media personality, if I win, do you know what will happen, chat? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Go ahead. You know what they're going to do. Moat has also moved over to Twitch. Moat loves Twitch. Make sure you guys subscribe to Moat on Twitch. Moat does a good job. Moat, I started playing Soul Calibur 6. I'm starting to get good, and I'm hoping I can play you online in Soul Calibur 6. I was playing it the other day, and I was figuring things out, and I was like, oh, I think I could play this game. I like the guy with the bow staff. I forget the character's name, but when you play as the guy with the bow staff, he's got a further reach than everybody else, right? So I'm able to kind of like dive, duck, dodge, and weave. Does that make sense? Yes, exactly. They'll say it was fixed. If I win, or let's just say any Cool Toy owns a Labyrinth. If Cool Toy wins, if I heard rumor that what is that guy? Retro Ralph, he has a Labyrinth now. If one of us win, you know what's gonna fucking happen? Everyone will claim conspiracy, right? Everyone will claim conspiracy that it was fixed, right? Exactly, Marcus. Everyone would. So I'm kind of hoping I don't win. But then again, you know what? If I do win fair and square, I'm going to sit here and be like, look, I won fair and square. And you guys can like go listen to Justin Timberlake and Cry Me a River and all that shit. You know what I mean? I won't care. So yeah, but odds are it'll be like some guy named, Bob Jones in Pennsylvania. Hopefully there's not a Bob Jones in Pennsylvania tuning in right now. Vic Vicious is here. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you subscribe to Vic Vicious. Vic, I think you did a great job this week touring the pinball stuff and all that stuff. Your pinball content's been good, man. Good stuff, bro. And by the way, I'm so jealous of all these guys because I was very flattered and happy to see that both Stern Pinball and Barrels of Fun invited me to their media day events. I thought that was really, really cool. It kind of sucks they were both the same week. So unless you were an Iron Man like Cool Toy um, and maybe Carrie Hardy to do both events. Like for me, it would have been I would have picked one or the other, right? Now, odds are I probably would have gone to see Barrels of Fun Dune because honestly, Stern Pinball I don't think really needs me in my channel. You know what I mean? They got their whole Stern Bros shill army. They don't need me, right? So and you guys know me. Ever since I got into this hobby, what have I always gravitated towards? I've always gravitated towards the underdog, right? Think about it. When Arcade1Up came out and Arcade1Up proved itself to be a monopoly, a monster, let's just say when Arcade1Up was doing well, they were on top of the world. Who was the only guy giving companies like AtGames, iArcade, Toy Shock fair coverage, and fair attention? Me. You know what I mean? Everyone else was sucking on Arcade1Up's teat, and I was gravitating towards the underdogs because I do feel that the underdogs need attention, right? They do need attention, right? Now, obviously, over the years, in my opinion, both AtGames and myself got to a place where we both feel like we're too big for our britches and we can no longer collaborate together. I can't even be on their media list to receive information in advance because they just piss me off so much. You know what I mean? They piss me off so much. And yeah, we are going to talk about AtGames, but we're also going to do what I've always done, despite what the people who run to CEO PK of AtGames and say, look at what PDEM said about you. If you give me a free machine, I promise I'll say nice things. So what's funny but that's what they do. They point out the negative, but never the positive. So there are some pros and cons we're going to talk about with AtGames this week, right? Yeah, Multicade Master. There you go. Oh yeah, so this is where I was going. I keep getting sidetracked. I'm just so excited to be back. Guys, I've been off for a couple weeks. I haven't really seen you guys. I did like an episode of Super Game Room Dudes, but if you watch that episode, you could tell I wasn't all there. It wasn't the P-dubs you know and love. There was absolutely no energy, no hype, no excitement, no positivity, and pretty much no negativity either. Like I was there just like passing the time, right? Passing the time. There you go. All right. So that's what's happening today. We're going to talk a little bit. I need your help with this Arcade1Up Star Wars thing. So I'm really hoping you guys stick around for that. Actually, you know what? Because that's an easy topic. Maybe we'll do that one first. I don't know. Are you guys excited? Are you going to be engaged in the live chat? Are you guys going to help me with this thing? Are you guys feeling chatty? Let me know in the live chat. Now, when it comes to the pinball stuff, that's obviously going to take up the majority of today's stream. And that's all I want to talk about today. Now, when it comes to Monday, I am really, really hoping we can come back on Monday and do a proper Multicade Mondays. And the theme for Multicade Mondays this week, coming up on Monday, because I haven't done a Multicade Mondays in like 4 weeks. I love it when people message me and they're like, you stream all the fucking time. And I'm like, no, I don't. I do not. I'm committed to doing Super Game Room Dudes weekly if we can every Friday. But on my solo channel, I am lucky to do one episode of Multicade Mondays every 3 weeks. Trust me, I'm not wasting my viewers' time. You know what I mean? And also, my viewers who subscribe to this channel, I would assume that you guys like to see me. You guys would like to hear from me. You guys would like to invite me into your living room, on your toilet, wherever you're sitting to enjoy my content. So you crying about the fact that I stream too much makes you look like an idiot because my audience, I would assume, wants to see me. They don't want to see less of me. If they did, they would unsubscribe. Yet the channel continues to grow despite the lack of content. You know what I mean, man? A lot of people need some reality checks. So I'm hoping on Monday we're going to do a proper Multicade Mondays. And the theme for Multicade Mondays is we're going to talk about, and this is going to blow your guys' mind, expensive but awesome multicades. There's a lot of really expensive but awesome multicades. Now, when you think about it, you might say, oh, crap, I don't want to do that. Spending money in 2025 sucks. P-dubs, don't try to sell me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just making you aware of your options with the tariffs and with the situations and with companies like AtGames now charging $3,000 for a virtual pinball machine. That was $3,000. There's options out there if you're willing to spend the money, and maybe it'll be like, hey, instead of buying 10 machines and spending $3,000, maybe you buy one. Am I right, guys? Am I right? So, and that'll be like your one big purchase of the year, right? So it's just all about, expensive but awesome. So the ranges are going to vary. There's several different companies out there we're going to talk about. Vic Vicious watches me when he's on toilet. Yeah, there's some YouTubers I can only watch on the toilet, and that's because their content is shit, in my opinion. There you go. There you go. Define expensive. You'll find out come Monday, Cyan. Anywhere from like 2 to maybe 5, but anything over 5, I'm not going to cover because even me, I wouldn't spend $5,000 because you could probably build something for far, far less. You know what I mean? Anyway, hey, Calvin, don't put that out there in the ether. Anyway, so tonight, since we're just talking about some news items, and all that, so today's episode is simply put a Loft report. Cue the music that we know, you know, and love. All right, guys, we are back. Welcome to the Loft Report starring P-Dub's Arcade Loft. I greatly appreciate your support. In fact, let's even put, do we still have it? We do. Boom, top right corner. Boom, right there. Loft Report. Get hyped. Get hyped. All right, let's also, you know what? I'm feeling good, man. It's WrestleMania weekend. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. I'm really hoping WrestleMania is good. It just sucks that it's a 2-day event. Like, it's just so freaking long. You know what I mean? But hey, as long as we get like 10 matches, like 10 good matches, I'll be okay with it, right? All right, let's go to this. Put the tone. Come on. You know you want to. Go fight it. Where's my chapstick? All right, we'll turn it down. Let's turn it down, baby. Woo, we don't want to blow our load too soon, man. That happened last night, and that was not pretty. I know, Bo. I love that song, too. That's like my favorite song. What's up, Polo? I love you, Polo. Good to see you, man. What'd you sell? Let me know. I'm catching up on the chat. I gotta say hi to who's here. If you want your shout out, speak now, forever hold you peace. Nova Sonic is here. Prince Malcolm is here. Danny the Cornercade is here. Adam Cobb wants what I'm having. Geez, Cornercade, stop spamming so I can get to everybody else. Prince Vinny, Video Game Vegas is here. Scotty B. Jolly Green's over on Rumble. Jim the Pacers fan. Vic Vicious, we already said hi to. Video Game Vegas takes his shirt off for the Loft Report. Holy cow. Oh, Billy. Calvin Wong is here as well. Scotty B. Ritual Delos moderating. I thought I saw Jason Little Alien in here as well. If you want your shout outs, you got to say hi. Oh, one of my all-time new favorites, Galga Guy 88. Such a good dude. Like, really, like a good dude. I've met him and his wife in person and his kids. And when you meet somebody, you could tell that, like, this is a good person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not a fake or putting on a front or anything like that. You know what I mean? Good guy. Make sure you guys subscribe. Gramps Arcade is here as well. I thought I saw the Quarter Deck Arcade in here. I can't tell if he's here. He just picked up his 4K pinball machine. I think he's going to do a live stream showing that bad boy off. Quarter Deck, are you here, man? I got sad news for you, buddy. So you saw in the thumbnail the cartoon picture of me wearing the Pac-Man shirt. That is a picture of me that my Pac-Man hoodie that I got from Walmart, about a year and a half, 2 years ago for like $20, right? And he also owns the same sweater, and him and I actually wore it the same day at Pinball Expo so we could match. Super, super cool guy. Bad news, Quarter Deck Arcade. I got a massive stain on it that didn't come out in the wash. I had to toss it because it was right here in the front. There was no way to hide it. So I don't know if Quarter Deck is still here, man, but I had to get rid of that Pac-Man sweater. So yeah, it was all about redundancy, Marcus. I have so many multicades that I've had to get rid of a few. You know, I just sold my MVSX. I'm trying to sell that AtGames Legends Pinball Micro because I have the Legends Pinball HD, the Legends Pinball 4K. I don't need the Legends Pinball Micro anymore in my life. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, love stain. No, food stain. Look at Cyan getting all nasty over on Twitch. Who's all here? Novasonic. I think I said hi to you as well. All right, let's dive in. So, man, it's good to see you guys. Good to see you guys in the chat. All right, what are we going to do first? What are we going to do first, guys? Oh, shit. I forgot what we were going to do first. Oh, we were going to talk real quick about this Arcade1Up thing. All right. So, when it comes to Arcade1Up, it amazes me. It baffles me how I've seen recently. I mean, we've talked about this before, guys. There's a lot of, you know, really, really crappy YouTubers that can't formulate good opinions. So they have to like scrape the bottom of the barrel and just invent bullshit to try and elevate their channels. And they sound and look stupid because the minute I come on and you hear this sweet baritone voice and P-Dubs tells you like it is, you're like, oh yeah, P-Dubs is right and they're a bunch of fucking idiots, right? I've heard a couple of guys chirping out there complaining, saying that P-Dubs has sold all his Arcade1Ups. He sold all his Arcade1Ups, which means he swindled you for years. He doesn't even like Arcade1Ups and all this shit. All right. Let me explain something to you guys, all right? When you buy a product such as these things, are these heirlooms? Are these treasures? You might find a few things, such as like downstairs, like my Cuber arcade cabinet and my Super Mario Brothers pinball machine. You might find a couple of items that are just so important to you from your history in your life that you might end up keeping it for many, many years to come. Right? Many, many years to come. But when it comes to like this stuff, everything behind me is expendable. If push comes to shove and I had to get rid of stuff, I would get rid of stuff. Right? Right? I mean, this stuff ain't worth that much. Maybe the most expensive product, that one. But seriously, nothing I can't move on from and enjoy my life. You know what I mean? And live with no regrets. Am I right? There's some people out there, they're trying to spread this narrative that when you buy this stuff, apparently you need to own it forever. You need to own this shit forever. You need to own it forever. You need to play it every day. You need to live stream it. You need to constantly post about it, because if you don't do that, you're some sort of fraud. Let me explain something to you. I used to have 25 Arcade1Ups. I bought way too many for the size of my home. Now, if I had a house that had a full basement, you know, like where the entire square footage of your home is a basement. So basically, it doubles the size of your house. If I had a full basement, I probably would still have 20 Arcade1Ups, right? But I had to shrink down my collection, right? Especially while I'm going through this home remodeling. It's a good time to do it. So, guys, I still own 9 Arcade1Ups, yet they're going around saying that I don't own any. I have 9 Arcade1Ups. They're in the room that we finished last year. They're waiting for me to finish the loft. And with everything I have going on with work and health and medical, I'm actually getting to the point, guys, where the reason why my home renovations are not finished is, keep in mind, guys, what have you known? I'm trying to do this shit myself, save a ton of money that way. But it's getting to the point where if I can't get to it, I'm going to have to hire somebody to do it for me. And yeah, I'm sure I could hire like a crew. They come in, bang this shit out in a weekend, right? Do all the painting and flooring and fixture replacements. And you know what I'm saying? Like they could probably bang it out in a weekend if I just paid someone to do it. But I was trying to save some money, right? So, you know, I have them all piled in one room, waiting for another room to get remodeled. That doesn't mean like I'm some kind of fucking fraud or something. Like, seriously. And anyone who thinks that if you buy these products, you need to keep them forever to justify them, you're out of your... They should be made fun of for all time. You know what I'm saying? They need to be made fun of for all time. Because that is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Also, and if we're going to live by that standard... Keep in mind, everything that I buy, I usually keep it for at least a year or more. Many of these I've had for years, and I still haven't sold them. Many things I owned for 2, 3, 4 years before I sold them, right? I think I justified my purchase by the time length that I had this stuff, right? Whereas, their buddies who used to cover Arcade1Up and were best friends with John D, like they would buy these products, bring them in their home, unbox them, film a review that same night, publish the review the next day, and then later on the next day, they would take that shit to the storage unit and sell it after telling you guys, hey man, you guys should buy it. Arcade1Up is awesome, because they used Arcade1Up to grow their social media channel and their social media following. That sounds more fraudulent than me. If it's so good, why is it not in your house? Why did you take it to your storage unit the same day? Why did you fucking sell it? You know what I mean? So, but hey, that's neither here nor there. A lot of those clowns have left our community. They've entered new communities where, guess what? They're doing the same thing. So it's not my problem. What arcade did not rotate games? Exactly. Over the years, P-Dub's Arcade Loft has expanded, just like the arcades in your homes. As new stuff comes out, new things that you find interesting, exciting, and you're willing to open your wallet and spend money on, as new things come out, sometimes you got to get rid of old things to either help finance the new thing or just simply to make room for the new thing, right? Yeah. This is the joke I made. If these guys act like if you buy something, you are obligated to own it forever, I would hate to see their underwear drawers. I would hate to see it. I'm talking shit, urine, semen, and blood. Stains everywhere in their underwear drawer. They better never open their underwear drawer on live stream if they live their life that way. I mean, why do they want people to be hoarders? I'm not a hoarder. Yeah, I agree. And I'm tired of people's grudges impacting me. If you have a grudge with somebody and it has nothing to do with me, I'm tired of people messaging me, telling me who I should and should not be talking to. I'm a fucking 40. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be a 44-year-old man. And I've been doing this YouTube thing for 5 years. And my following is bigger than your personal opinion. And I'm tired of people telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing or should and shouldn't be covering. You know what I mean? This is all about me. And if you don't like it, go someplace else. Yeah, it's our life. Anyway. Exactly. Like, if you want to talk about it, talk about the products. Why are you so obsessed with what everyone else has in their homes? Do you have any idea how stupid that makes you look? I will make fun of you forever if you go around telling people, oh my God, such and such person sold their machines. Like 19K Fox, he's getting a lot of shit because he's actually sold, I think, pretty much all his Arcade1Ups. He might only own a couple left. I mean, I still have like 9. And 19K Fox is getting a lot of shit about it. And I'm like, why? Who the fuck cares? He bought a bunch of Arcade1Ups. He liked them at the time. Guess what? Now he's into real arcades. You should be celebrating him since you hate these cardboard 3/4 scale arcades. You should be happy in what 19K Fox is doing, not trying to tear him down for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. There's no pleasing these people. What have I told you before when it comes to the drama channels? They have 2 ways to go. Either if everyone's excited, let's just say this. Let's say Basic Fun shows off their Star Wars arcade machine because it's coming out. Basic Fun 3/4 scale Star Wars. Now, obviously, with the tariff stuff, they already announced they're delaying everything from plushies to electronics. Like, their whole product line is delayed because of tariffs. But one day, eventually, Basic Fun is going to come out and show off their 3/4 scale arcade. Let's say they come out with Star Wars. And let's say, because I heard rumor that they're doing Return of the Jedi. So, Arcade1Up did Star Wars and, the Star Wars artwork on it and Star Wars shape, Empire Strikes Back, and the original Star Wars Atari shape. But what if they come in and do something different and they make it in the shape of the Return of the Jedi, which had a unique shape? Okay. So let's say that comes out. Here's a drama channel. If that came out, and if myself and let's just say 15 other guys make videos and we say it's cool, you have to shit on it. I mean, I'm a drama channel. I can't agree with them. I have to go against the grain. So I'm going to make a video and say, oh my God, these guys are just a bunch of shills. and it's stupid. The emulation's going to be bad, or they missed one little piece of the artwork. It's not arcade authentic. You know what I mean? That's a drama channel. Because they're obsessed with making content based upon other people's opinions instead of just talking about the products, right? Now, let's say they make Return of the Jedi and it looks like shit. It looks terrible. Okay? General opinion. So myself and, again, same situation, 15 other YouTubers make videos and say, so Basic Fun revealed Return of the Jedi and it looks terrible. So the overwhelming opinion is negative. Like, this was a mistake. Well, the drama channel's stuck now. They can't call everyone shills. They can't say that. They can't say everyone's a shill because no one's shilling anything. So now, what is option 2, guys? We've talked about. Now they're just going to shit on the fact that people made videos. Look at these guys making videos. How dare they make videos? Wasting your time. They're saying negative things, which is what I'm supposed to do. They're taking views away from me. God damn it. God damn it. You know what I mean? It's pathetic. It's predictable. Just make your videos talking about the products. Calm down, everybody. You know what I mean? I love this comment from Retro Randy. This is a great comment. Multicades will last longer in your collection because you can change them up. All right. Holy shit, we're babbling, guys. You got me. You pulled me. What's up, Fox? What's up, Fox? Yeah, drama channels are stupid, predictable. People need to stop picking on Fox. Like, seriously. If Fox decides, if he has 2 Arcade1Ups left and Fox decides he's going to sell those, then good on you, Fox. I applaud you for it. I don't think you're a fraud. I think you really enjoyed Arcade1Up at the time, and it only furthered your passion to get back into real arcades. A lot of you guys forget Fox had real arcades before he even heard about Arcade1Up. And that kind of went away because, you know, in life you have hobbies, you own a couple things, you're like, and you move on, you got kids, family to raise. Arcade1Up comes around, ignites the nostalgic trigger, and boom, you know, he's off and running. You know what I mean? Leave Fox alone. Thanks so much, Marcus. Appreciate your support on Rumble. You rock, man. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's get to the main content because I've wasted 30 minutes just babbling. But guys, I got a lot to say. I've been off YouTube the last couple of weeks. What can I say, man? I got a lot to say, and I'm feeling pretty good. P-Dubs is going to take off all filters in 2025. All right, so I own 9 Arcade1Ups, but actually, I own 10. I have 9 Arcade1Ups assembled, piled in my son's former bedroom, waiting for me to finish remodeling the loft. But in my garage, check this out, guys. I have this Star Wars. This is an Arcade1Up Star Wars. Now, keep in mind, I already own Arcade1Up Star Wars. I got this one really, really cheap. I got an extra one, and it's been in my garage for months. I mean, take a look at the dust. I mean, actually, it's been in my garage, I think, for over a year, right? Right there's my Cruisin' Arcade. Here's just some Lego sets. This is that Marvel Zizzle. Because remember, I sold Pirates of the Caribbean. I still have the Marvel Zizzle. But I still have this thing, right? And I was thinking, what do we do with it? And this is where I need to chat. And I'm glad we have over 100 people. I was taking a look at my channel. I was looking at tutorials and mods, and we haven't done a mod in a while. Now, I have plenty of stuff to mod or make videos on when it comes to restorations. I got updates I can make to Primal Rage, to Qbert, that Candy Cab I have, that Chulix. I could make a whole series of videos gutting that thing, getting rid of the Pandora's box and the cheap JAMA hardware in there and putting in something really cool and run all kinds of games on it, like maybe a PC or some shit, right? Like, I got a ton of mods and stuff I could do, right? But then again, that's, you know, that's all like improving existing, you know, cabinets, right? Like, I need to make a cabinet. Like, I feel like I haven't made like an arcade cabinet in a long time. You know what I mean? And so this thing's just been sitting here. God, it's been over a year, probably a year and a half. This thing's been sitting here. And whatchamacallit, I need your guys' help real quick, and I'll tell you how I need your help. Was this an episode of Hoarders? Yeah, that's my garage. What's up, Gio? You know what? We've talked about this, Gio. I missed the rhythm game stuff, and whenever I tried it, I do not have the hand-eye coordination to make it fun or exciting for me. So I mean, I love what Geo has done. Geo used to make those rhythm mod control panels to stick in your arcade one-ups. I just could never play those games, man. I could never play those games. Auction it off. That's interesting. Cockpit conversion. You still have the Allen 1 Star Wars controller to install. The one from Glenn? Do you mean Glenn's controller or an actual Allen one? Let me know in the chat. NASA Canes fan gave us a big $10 super chat on this Saturday afternoon. Do you think the basic fun Star Wars will look like the A1-Up? All I can tell you is this, is that the people, buddy, who actually went to that convention in Solemn, the only feedback we got from them, because they were not allowed to take video or pictures. Because I guess they pretty much had their whole lineup there of like their upcoming 3/4 scale arcades, but they had them in a walled off room and people were not allowed to take photos or videos. And probably because a lot of these products are pending license or approval and stuff like that, right? And also making final changes. They're probably prototypes. But where I was going is the people who went and saw this, who actually talked to people in our community, said that they were Arcade1Up clones, that they looked just like Arcade1Up clones. Like you could take the Arcade1Up logo off and stick the Basic Fun logo on it, and that would be their machines. So, in my opinion, Basic Fun is going to just replace what Arcade1Up does. That's it. Don't expect them to come in and be any better. If you hate Arcade1Ups today, you're not going to like Basic Fun, just based upon that information. But we'll see by the time that stuff comes out. So what do we do with this, guys? Do we mod it? And what should we turn it into? Because I was thinking, like, if you had an Arcade1Up Star Wars cabinet, what the hell can you turn it into besides a Star Wars cabinet? You know what I mean? I don't think B Kong is doing his... Wasn't he doing like a Starfighter mod? You put a PC in it and all that, but I don't think B's doing that and that stuff. No, I would not make a sit down. I don't want any sit down cabinets like that. The only sit down cabinets I like are these. You know what I mean? That I can pull that little stool up to. You know, like there's a stool right there. My mic handle's in the way. That's a stool, so I could sit down and play. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Like I don't want any more sit down Arcade1Up. I look like a goof, right? Ultimate Star Wars. So yeah, there are some guys, I believe, on Etsy and Facebook Marketplace who have sold like plastic mods, so you could put them like around the bezels and stuff and make it look more like the original arcade machine. A Road Blaster mod. All right, Road Blaster. We got Paperboy. So the Paperboy would be interesting because you would still have to use the yoke that's in there. Like even if I bought Glenn's yoke. Afterburner machine. It could be turned into Paperboy, although that's not the most exciting mod. See, this is where I need you guys' help. Like I've been thinking about this last 2 days. Like, what the hell am I going to do with it? Like I need to do one. I need to do a couple things. Either A, sell it. Like, hey guys, this is unopened. It's never been opened. It's in my garage for the last 1.5, 2 years, and sell it. Or I need to do something with it, right? Spy Hunter. I like that idea. Road Blasters. All right. Well, maybe we'll start a poll. Let's get the poll going in the live chat. Man, so exciting. Thank you so much for having me be your pre-WrestleMania entertainment, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I'm so excited about WrestleMania. Every year, my wife went to the store to go buy some finger foods. I told her, I'm like, I want some finger foods that we put in the air fryer and chips and dip. Like it's an unhealthy eating day, but it's, you know, it's WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Oh, really? Vic wants to buy it? Vic, where are you? What state are you in? I can't remember where you're at, buddy. Yeah, dude, I love jalapeno poppers. Oh, but here's the thing. If you guys eat jalapeno poppers, what do you like in the poppers? Do you like the cheddar or do you like the cream? The cream cheese? Let me know in the chat. Buy stuff. No. Oh, you won the Pro joystick from me a few years ago. There you go. Oh, well. Do you really want me to ship this to you, dude? It's going to cost you an arm and a leg. I don't even know if they still sell this thing. I don't know, dude. Is it still for sale on whatever that website is that was carrying it, that had the exclusive on it? Does anyone remember what it was? So Prince is going for the mozzarella and the poppers. Boom, right here. That's my candy. That's my chocolate right there. Cream cheese poppers with some form of berry sauce. Now, the one from Arby's is pretty good. Oh, it's sold out? Oh, well, here I am. Like, now I feel bad. Now I feel like I want to sell it to him. But hey, if you want it, we'll talk about it. All right, but let's just say we do mod it. If we mod it, and you guys will be responsible for what happens. If we mod it, turn it into, what did we hear? We heard a Spy Hunter. We heard a Road Blasters. I think both of those would be good mods to do for a Star Wars shaped cabinet. We heard a Paperboy. And what was the other option? Oh, just like the ultimate Star Wars. So that just means improve it in every way with like all the bezels and all the stuff we can get from the third-party people in the community, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start a poll. Make sure you guys vote. Crazy Taxi. Damn it, Prince. You threw it in too late. We'll put Crazy Taxi as a write-in. All right, you guys vote. And maybe if we do end up modding it, I mean, I'll talk to Vic offline. If I don't sell it to him, maybe we'll do that. Just keep in mind, Vic, it's going to cost you a fortune for me to ship that thing. I am not Amazon. I don't get good deals when I ship stuff that big. Yep, we're actually going to talk about that on Monday. We're going to talk about that. But here's the thing. With the PC mod, Ricky, I could do their PC mod, and then it's just theming the cabinet, right? Then it's just theming it like Road Blasters or theming it Paperboy. You know what I mean? And because all those games are included on that PC mod. Oh, I haven't listed it for sale yet, man. But if it's going to someone in the community, I always cut the community deals. You know what I mean? I always cut the community deals. If it's just some random off Facebook, no deals. So, all right. So we're going to do that. Damn it, James, stop sending me DMs with action figures that I need to buy. Speaking of which, nobody watched it, but I put up a video of last night of James and I published it last night, of James and I when we played another door, the escape room video. So we went through the escape room. So it's about 30 minutes because you have like a 40-minute time limit. And I think we got out in 31 minutes. So we still had like less than 10 minutes to go. 8 minutes, which is pretty good. Nobody watched the video, which I expected because, you know, I don't really have a big VR following. If I keep pumping out that kind of content, the views go up. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with anything. You got to put in the work. People don't want to put in the work. They want you, people who are more established, who've put in the work, they want them to do the work for them. They want shout outs. They want recommendations. They want to come on their channel. They want, every time they make a video, they want me to make a video talking about their video. You know what I mean? And shit like that, which I have zero obligation or responsibility to do. You know, put in the work. And like, if you're going to pivot topics or pivot your channel, you got to put in the work. And eventually, you know, a newer audience will find you, and the people who really appreciate you would continue supporting you, right? But you're going to lose folks along the way if you do a major pivot, right? So, you know, me, I just cover cool shit, stuff that I like, you know. I like VR, so occasionally I'm going to throw out a VR video. I'm just not expecting them to be highly watched. I did realize one thing. When streaming with VR, it's near fucking impossible. Like, you can't do it. That's why we pre-recorded it. If you're doing PlayStation VR, because you're using the PlayStation and capture cards, much better experience. But trying to live stream the Meta Horizons, Meta Quest, whatever headsets is freaking ridiculous. I mean, they have it set up where, because it's linked to your Facebook, if you stream to Facebook, it'll be a perfect stream. The stream quality is great. The video looks great. The audio looks great. But if you want to stream to any other platform, They make you stream to a web browser that can't keep up with the frame rates. And when you try to capture it, it looks like shit. So I told James, I'm like, let's just record it and I'll edit it and publish the video later. And that way the video looks semi good. But here's the problem I realized. The music was too damn loud in the game. The music was too damn loud. So next time, if I record that, I got to make sure we turn the music down the next time we're in an escape room. Because the music was so freaking loud. I was watching the replay and I was like, damn, that is loud. Because someone left a comment on the video saying, dude, I tried to watch your video, but the music was too loud. So yeah, we need to do that. Yeah, I did scream like a little girl, and it's right at the beginning, right when we escape the closet. You start the escape room in this like closet. You got to get into the main room. So once we escaped the storage room closet and got into the main room, there was a jump screen. And I did scream like a girl and all that shit. Yeah, Prince. They're deleting shit. So someone needs to put them through the ringer for that one. All right, so the votes are coming in. I'll let that poll run. If we mod an Arcade1Up Star Wars, do we turn it into a Spy Hunter, a Road Blasters, a Paperboy, or just the ultimate Star Wars with like all the third-party stuff we can find that hopefully people are still doing these days? Because a lot of this stuff, let's be honest, guys, it's gone out of style. So, you know, some people who used to sell mods might not be selling mods anymore. You know, gonna have to do the research. What's up, Dragon Gamer? Good to see you, buddy. Oh yeah, Milkman Classic. I am ready for WrestleMania. It starts in 1 hour and 15 minutes. So there you go. Video game. Well, keep in mind, I have a stock Arcade1Up Star Wars already. Remember, I have stock Arcade1Up. This is an extra one I bought because I bought it. It was on a good deal. So I have a stock Arcade1Up Star Wars already. The only thing I did on it was I changed the kick plate artwork. That was it. So, you know, if we're gonna do something with this one, we gotta change it. We gotta mod it. You're trying to get blocked, Bobby. You are trying to get blocked. All right, let's dive into a little bit of pinball. So, have you guys been keeping up with pinball? So, AtGames has unfortunately, there's some good and there's some bad, right? Let's take a look here. So with the tariff situation, guys, AtGames has announced higher prices, and I think these are the higher prices. Did any of you guys see this stuff? Let me know in the chat. This was shared on my Discord, so big shout out to whoever found this and shared it with me on my Discord. But I believe this is the new pricing for the virtual pinball. Now the question is this. All right, here's my question for AtGames. All right, are you sure you're not jumping the gun? Are you sure? Because guess what? A lot of these companies are just putting a hold, putting a freeze on things, right? A lot of these companies like New Wave Toys, Numbskull, Glenn's Retro Show, others who are going to be impacted. Fuck, karaoke manufacturers are like, hey, we're just putting a hold on stuff until we have a solid, it's going to stay this way for X amount of days, and that's what the tariffs will be, and then we can figure it out. Because keep in mind, this whole tariff thing, one reason I hate talking about it is it keeps changing every day. It keeps changing every freaking day. So if I make a video saying, hey, the tariffs are this, by tomorrow it'll be different. Because it's so fluid. Excuse me. But AtGames jumped the gun and said, hey guys, here's our new prices as of May 1st. And also no mofo or FOMO, but PK spells it mofo, which is a great inside joke in the community. But no mofo, buy your stuff before the end of the month. Otherwise, I think here's the new prices. Now, a lot of people are not happy about this. Me personally, I wouldn't be happy about it either. Nobody wants to pay more for things. I will say this though. This is going to affect everything in a few months. Like a lot of products we buy, not just these toys, which are needs or wants, not needs, right? So am I like absolutely pissed off at them like some other people are? No. I mean, luckily I already own the stuff. But B, yeah, this sucks. It makes it less worth it because especially if you want to get the deluxe machine at $2,300 plus shipping, plus paying them extra money to turn on features, Advanced features, I mean, 25, 300 guys, do you know I could hop on Facebook Marketplace right now and there's plenty of real pinball machines I could buy because the used pinball market is starting to dip. I saw like a Stern Party Zone, 3 grand. I saw a bunch of Williams games, 2,500. Like if you want to collect real pinball but can't afford the newer stuff that's like 8, 9, 10 grand up to 15 grand. I mean, you could get some great used games on the market because people are selling their used games to buy newer stuff. And you could probably get some pretty cool games, right? Like, but the thing, keep in mind, the caveat is it's a real pinball machine. You have to learn how to operate it and maintain it. And also, it's only one game versus, a virtual pinball machine that puts, that you could put hundreds of games on it, right? That kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I don't see them moving very many of these pinball machines at this price. I really don't. I wonder if the people in this community are going to buckle down, tighten their belts, and all that stuff. Lucky and Wilds would have been a great mod too. You would have had a light gun to it. Ooh, I do have plenty of light guns in my home. That's a good call. Only reason for them to change prices is if they have zero inventory in the US and they know their shipping rates are going up, just using the tariff situation as an excuse to hike up prices. All I can say is this. Some people received their machines recently and they took pictures and they provided them to some folks over on the officially unofficial 4K group. And these machines were just received this month. And they were manufactured in June of 2024. Also, I talked to a couple former employees. Now, keep in mind, this is not fact. This is not anything that I could be liable or sued over. This is allegedly from former AtGames employees. Allegedly told me that they have plenty of stock sitting around collecting dust. Because people weren't buying these machines. They had these machines built, apparently, and not enough sold. As you guys know, they were really hoping, I would say the ballpark goal was to sell 10,000 machines in the first year, and they sold maybe 3,000 at the most. So a lot of stock, a lot of inventory that really is either here or it's over there, and it probably just needs to be moved here. So could explain the shipping costs with the tariffs, but either way, it's not like they're building a ton of stuff brand new. I don't think they are, but then again, keep in mind that's all allegedly and based upon opinions of former employees who you never know. When they tell me things, they could be disgruntled and they might just be telling me things to stir up shit. Because there are a lot of disgruntled former AtGames employees. Let me tell you that much. Holy cow. But yeah, so I mean, it sucks. I mean, the only thing you can really say is it sucks. It is what it is, and don't buy. And eventually, hopefully, the market will correct itself. But here's my philosophy on this, and I'm hoping we as gamers, I mean, keep in mind, we want AtGames to succeed. We don't want them to go out of business. I'm not throwing their shit in my swimming pool. We want them to succeed. We want them to do well. We just want them to stop making all the boneheaded decisions and listening to the wrong people like they have for years, right? So, in my opinion, what happens now, because they jumped the gun on these price increases, what happens if, let's just say, a month from now, this situation irons itself out and maybe this tariff goes from 145%? What if they drop it to 10%? Like for this category, are prices going to stay the same? Or will AtGames lower the prices back down? The fact that they've gone ahead and updated their websites and they're really pushing this. Personally, guys, I think this was a permanent, and this is my opinion, and I cannot be sued for an opinion. My opinion is, based upon the information I've seen, this is a permanent increase, whether the tariffs are there or not. I think the tariffs are a great way to sell it, to sell the increase, the story of the increase. And it could definitely be a contributing factor to the increase. But yeah, I don't see other companies saying, hey, our products are now $800, $900 more or $500 more. Hell, even the Nintendo Switch 2 is still going to be sold for 449. 440. Don't you think Nintendo would have came out and said, "Hey guys, due to tariffs, it's now 750 for your new Switch 2." Did they do that? No. They said, "Hey guys, pre-orders are going up. Much ado about nothing, and prices are staying the same." Yeah, agree. So now, and keep in mind too, you can't expect to make all your money from hardware. You're gonna make a lot of your money from software. I mean, usually hardware is a loss leader. So they're gonna raise the price on their pinball packs and stuff. Which does this how does that impact me? Again, I think it sucks. Some people are mad that they're raising the price on digital goods, but they can't just apply that increase to only the hardware because no one's going to buy the hardware, guys. In my opinion, like I don't see these like suddenly all of a sudden 10,000 or these are going to sell this year. So in my opinion, what'll happen is they're going to have to make up for it on the software. So which means a lot of the existing customers and also potentially new customers are going to get milked for more money. And how does it impact me? I think it sucks. And it just means that every time they release a pinball pack, I'm not going to buy every single pinball pack. I'll just buy the ones that I personally want to have because I think a lot of us get in the habit of buying every pack. And really, do you need it? Like, there's a few packs I bought, and they're games. Even a couple of the Stern packs that I have no interest in. I bought them, but I'll never play them. So did I really need to buy them? Could I have saved that $25, $35 and stuck that in my gas tank? You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly, Prince. Much ado about nothing, right? Now, keep in mind, Nintendo's a massive company. They could be just absorbing tariffs. AtGames probably can't do that. But still, the point is made. Like, they jumped the gun. The announcements have been made. If a month from now, China and the United States come to a deal and the tariffs drop down to, let's just say, 10%, does that mean they're going to lower their prices? Do you think they're going to lower their prices? I think it would be nice if they lower their prices, but I think that this is a permanent change myself because they've really been all over this. They've been pushing this since their December mofo campaign or no mofo. I don't think the prices are ever coming down. They're only going to get worse. All right, let's take a look here at something that AtGames is doing, though, that is cool. All right, because I got the negative out of the way. Let's get to the positive. We love positive. We're trying to be positive, but it's okay to be positive and still call out stupidity. All right, so AtGames is still doing their Flipper Friends tournaments. So I'm going to make an announcement today. I think I'm actually going to participate in their Flipper Friends tournament this week. So I think it just started yesterday. The games to play are luckily games I already. Oh no, they put this shit on here again. Oh, I don't own this one. Wait, no, I do, right? Wait. No, that's not Solid State. Damn it. They are doing whatever they can to get people to buy Primal Carnage Retro. I'm sorry, guys. When I saw this earlier, I thought it said Solid State because I own all these games. And I was like, okay, I could hop on and play these games and enter into the tournament. But I don't own Primal Carnage Retro, and I don't want to buy Primal Carnage Retro. Yeah, you don't have to play all of them, but the more you play, you get more points with the IFPA stuff, which is where this was going, Jim. Oh, damn it. But yeah, so they're doing the tournaments. I'm sorry, I thought this said Solid State, and I was excited about it because also the officially official, although it's already live on their website, the IFPA stuff has already started, which we kind of covered this on Super Game Room Dudes, and I showed you guys the website and stuff like that. But now your scores will go there, and if you ask me, I think that's a much cooler leaderboard to be involved in, the IFPA leaderboard, than it is with the like the AtGames leaderboard. Let me see. I think I saved it as a favorite. Here it is. Let's go here. So again, we kind of went through this, and what I don't like is, instead of starting fresh, like on April 15th from now on, you guys are all in the because guys, we're all in the IFPA. If you've played in these games, you've you have an account, and you need to go claim it before someone else claims it on you, right? Let me log in. You know, you have the leaderboards on the games and all that stuff, but let's go to. I got to make sure this isn't showing any sensitive information. Let's go to AtGames. Oh, shit. Where is the view past results? Okay. So when you go to the IFPA website, they have all the scores from all these tournaments got entered. Did you guys know that? All the scores from all the tournaments that they've pretty much have done on the 4K platform have all been forwarded over to the IFPA, and everyone's already been ranked. So instead of coming in and starting fresh, like, hey guys, you're going to be able to participate if you want, starting in April 18th or whatever, which I think was the official start date. They forwarded everyone's information over. So if you haven't been participating, you're already way at the bottom. Like I refused to play in their tournaments because they were AtGames sponsored tournaments, and the people running and hosting those tournaments are garbage human beings, in my opinion. And I had no interest in supporting them or helping them or things like that. I do like playing in online leaderboard events, but in my opinion, the IFPA is more interesting than their local leaderboards. So all the scores have been uploaded, and let's see if we can find the rankings. So, for instance, like all these people who have been playing in ever since the machines came out, like committed to those flipper friend tournaments, and people like me who refuse to play in them already have all these points, right? So if you're just wanting to start this today, considering it was officially official yesterday, you're already way, 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 way behind, right? So I myself haven't participated in these tournaments. So I'm at the bottom of the pack. But I like a challenge, right? So one thing I do like about this is I honestly think this is pretty cool. I think that this is a pretty cool partnership. It gives a little more validity to virtual pinball compared to real pinball. The IFPA recognizing it and bringing that on board. And I think that this is actually a reason to maybe get involved in these tournaments that AtGames is doing. I think that this is pretty cool. So I'm going to try. I think I'm going to try. I think I'm going to, try this tournament here this week and see if I can rack up some points. It's really easy to play in. All you have to do is play the games that they have mentioned here. Play the games, finish the game, enter a high score. And as long as you finish in the top 50, you'll get points. So, like if you finish number one of the top 50 that week, you'll get 50 points. If you finish 50, you only get 1 point. That's how the point system works. 1 point on the way down. And that's for that game, right? So let's say you get like 24th place in one game, 10 points in another game, and now you're up to 34 points, and then you play two more games. Let's just say you end with 70 points. That's what gets recorded here with the IFPA, right? So you scored 70 points that week, right? That kind of thing. So I actually think this is pretty cool. I don't think you guys really care, but do you guys care about it? Like, I actually think this is pretty cool. And I think it's a little more interesting than just the AtGames leaderboards. So I might try. It just sucks that, you want to play in all the games that they have. So they'll have like 5 games listed because those are the only games you can play and get points for that'll get sent to the IFPA. But what sucks is like they're putting a game in here that I don't want to buy. But you want to play as many of the games as possible to get as many points as possible. You don't have to buy it and play it. It just means you're not going to get any points for that game. And you get full Zen leaderboard functionality. There you go, Ritual Dell. Thanks so much. Wait, it's not accurate. You quit playing because your scores didn't post on the tournament listings? I didn't know that. I did not know this. I'm sorry to hear Ray's injured. That's why they say card is subject to change. The question, I'm looking at the wrong list. No, I'm not. Was I? I had it on the IFPA list. Are you guys teasing me? Let's go back. So here's AtGames. Is this the world rankings? Yeah, this is the AtGames rankings, guys. This is their rankings. Rankings as of April 19th. And it gives them, here's your total points, like Tomato Grass. We all know him. Great YouTuber, really talented pinball player. He has accumulated this many points because he's been playing in all their Flipper Friends tournaments all year, right? Whereas a lot of other people, like, think about it. I mean, there's a big disconnect here. Like, the top 100 players barely have any points, you know? So it's only been like the diehards, like, the top, these guys are the guys who probably have been playing every week in every tournament, maybe a couple hundred folks. But, out of 3,000 people, that's only what, like 10% of the owners have been participating in these tournaments. The rest of us have been blindly in these tournaments. Like look at these guys. Like look, 2 points. You know what happened? These people didn't even enter or try to play in a tournament. What happened is they just happened to play a game that week that happened to be in the tournament. I mean, take a look here. Let's go look. This is going to blow your mind, right? You have Okay, here we go. Out 300 to look at this. 881. You have 581 players on the leaderboard who either don't know, don't care, and just had a result from a table recorded. How many people actually participate? I'm trying to help make this happen. Yeah, aren't I saying good things? Like, I'm going to play in it. Maybe I'll inspire some others to play them. Like, so I'm going to give it a shot this week. Maybe we'll do a live stream and we'll play those games. But I'm not going to buy Retro, Primal Carnage Retro. I am not spending money on that crappy game. See you on the leaderboards. Thanks so much, Carl. Wait, that's the HD list? Am I looking at the wrong one? Let's go back. I know what you're talking about now. I had the wrong list. So that's HD. Where's the 4K list? So what's the 4K? Oh, here it is. Here's the 4K list. Okay. Thank you. I got to remember there's HD and 4K. You see? I don't even pay attention to this stuff. Here's the games we need to play 4K owners. The Champions Pub, love that game. Jaws, the Universal Classics Jaws, love that game. Operation Wolf from Taito, I don't like, but I'll play it because it's part of the tournament. Teed Off from Gottlieb is a fun game. So yeah, we're going to play that. And then of course, Egypt. If you guys remember Egypt, I had the #1 score on the Egypt leaderboard for a very long time when this game got released. So I'm in. I'm going to play these games. Maybe we'll do a live stream. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. And we'll play the games and just see what happens. See if we get more than 2 points. Oh, Billy, I'm sure you're on there. There's so like anyone who's ever played, they sent the information over. It's not like it was voluntary, you know? All right, so let's talk real quick about some pinball stuff. So Dune Pinball came out. I want to give a big shout out to Cool Toy, Vic Vicious. Those were the guys whose content I mostly followed this week, minus all the written articles from Nap Arcade. Dune Pinball comes out, and whatchamacallit, I have to say, although the launch probably didn't go as they wanted it to, I mean, a lot of the assets, like look at the video, game assets subject to change, waiting on licensor approval, like all the video clips and stuff, and the fact that the table had a very, very early code. Like, guys, you remember when Wonderland Pinball did their thing, and it wasn't ready. It was too early of code, right? Like, there's a lot of flat people out there saying it was too early of code for the game, that the game wasn't doing much, stuff like that. As you guys know, I love Barrels of Fun. I love Labyrinth. Pinball. I think it's great company. David and the team over there are awesome dudes who really, really know pinball and are passionate about inventing worlds under glass. I mean, the fact that this looks like the pinball machines that we've been wanting Stern to make for years, going back to having just so much stuff on the table versus a couple of cheap plastics. The mountain ranges back here. The mountain range reminds me of stuff you've seen on games like the Flintstones and stuff like that. Here, let me get my logo off the top right corner. But it's Dune, right? It's Dune. So is Dune a game that I would want to own? Me personally, no. Like, I think Dune would be like, take a look at these plastics. Like, this reminds me of the Flintstones. You guys remember the Flintstones? It would have the rocks that went all the way up here and all the way up here and stuff. And it looks really cool. And I'll be honest, I like the sandworm. I think it's as good as what you could do with the worm. Where the ball gets in there and then it gets lifted up and spit out by the sandworm. Like, I think that's pretty cool. Is this one that I would buy myself? No. I'm hoping I win it for free in that contest. And that's simply because I am not a Dune fan, right? Now, let's just say if Barrels of Fun had released the Dark Crystal or Labyrinth or the Fifth Element. Well, not Labyrinth, they did Labyrinth. Dark Crystal, Fifth Element, G.I. Joe, Back to the Future, like something like that, guys, I would have been all over and possibly willing to spend my money on, right? But this does look like one that will be super fun to play when you're at a pinball arcade. And I'll definitely check it out when I see it on location. I actually heard that the Electric Bat Arcade here in Arizona is getting one of these. So I live in Arizona, so I'm definitely going to head over there and check it out whenever I see that they have this thing on site. I think they and only one other location are getting a Dune machine early, so I'll go check it out. Oh yeah, boobies on the back glass. Ah, boobies on the back glass. But yeah, so it's not one I would spend money on, but it is definitely one that I want to play, and I think it looks great. And obviously, it just needs to be finished, right? Big shout out to Cool Toy for capturing this. Make sure you guys check out his video. He did a really great job this weekend. The guy was like Iron Man this weekend with all his pinball coverage. And again, both these companies invited me to their events, but unfortunately, with the short notice and stuff I have going on, I couldn't make it to either event. But I felt very, what's the word? Flattered. I felt flattered and humbled, and that they reached out to me and invited me. That I'm on those lists, right? It's just too last minute for me to plan making that kind of a trip, right? I would have loved to go. I would have loved to go to both of them, but I would have preferred going to see what Barrels of Fun is doing because I was really hoping it was going to be something besides Dune. So, do you guys like Dune? Like, from what you've seen this week, give me a 1 in the chat. If you don't like Dune, give me a 0. Let me know in the chat, guys. What were your thoughts about Dune this week? Are you guys at least interested in playing this bad boy when it shows up at your local pinball arcade, or do you think that this was a huge swing and a miss? Was this a huge swing and a miss by Barrels of Fun? In my opinion, I don't think it was a swing and a miss. I just think it's one of those games where um you're going to get what you get out of it. And if you're going to sell, let's say they do end up doing the Goonies or GI Joe or something. Like, do you think anyone is going to buy Dune after those games come out, or the Fifth Element? Like, I don't think people are gonna say I don't think Dune is popular enough that people will, "Oh my god, I just spent 10,000 on Goonies, I'm gonna buy Dune," right? Or if they were both available on the market today, I think people would say, "Oh, I'm gonna buy GI Joe instead of Dune," right? Like, I think that's what they'd be willing to spend their money on. It is, you ever hear the phrase sophomore jinx? Have you guys ever heard that phrase before, the sophomore jinx? That doesn't mean that this is gonna be a bad game, but it might not sell as much, but we'll see what happens, right? Because, Labyrinth was a pretty big following, and this one's tougher. So yeah, Dune is like taking a trip to Arrakis. There you go. If there's one thing that Barrels of Fun does is they make an entire world under glass. So yeah, sophomore slump, or the sophomore jinx. You know what I mean? Like if the first game was so good and so well received and so loved, it only makes sense that your second game maybe isn't as much. But I can't wait to play it because here's the funny thing too is, and this is what a lot of people need to remember is, despite how a theme is, if the game is awesome, people will fall in love with it. I love Jaws the movies. When Jaws got announced, you guys remember this story. I've done plenty of streams about it. When Jaws got announced by Stern, I thought it looked terrible. I thought the plastic shark looked like a Fisher Price toy. Like, at least add some blood, add some like flesh in his teeth. Like, don't you remember the first Jaws movie when Jaws is he's hanging on to the orca and he's about to eat the guy and his mouth is open and his face is all bloody and like, make the shark look scary. Like the shark looked like a Fisher's Price toy that I put in the bathtub with my kid when he was a kid, right? Like terrible. Like I thought it looked cheap and just, lame. But then I played it. And don't you guys remember? I was like, "Oh, this game looks stupid, blah blah blah." And then I played it and it was awesome. Like Jaws is so fun. Like I really love playing the Stern Jaws pinball game. So sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover, is what I'm trying to say. I'm looking forward to playing it. I think it's gonna be okay. Um, we'll see. But it's definitely not one that is on my list to buy. But I entered the contest, so if I get one for free, I'm not going to turn it down. All right, before we talk about King Kong, let's go ahead and end the poll. Thank you so much, guys. I know we don't have a ton of people here because of everything we have going on. It's early on the weekend. A lot of people aren't on YouTube right now. You guys are all hanging out with your families. Whoa, we just got a super chat from Scotty Parisi. I just got here. Please restart. It's been a banner week. Finally got my Cubert and ordered King Kong LE. Where is my New Wave Toys Golden Tee with trackball? Wow, that's a lot to unpack here. You got a real Cubert with a real knocker. That's awesome. I love mine. I'll be keeping that thing until it dies or there's a family emergency. King Kong LE. We're going to talk about King Kong next. New Wave Toys Golden Tee with trackball. Like, it makes sense. New Wave Toys is like holding back. Like they also made an announcement like, hey guys, our prices are going to go up too. But they didn't announce what they were yet. But yeah, man, I would very much like to get my New Wave Toys Black Hole Pinball decoration, New Wave Toys Golden Tee with control panel, and my Crystal Castles. I just ordered the Replicate. I would like to get all three of those products before the end of the year. Like it's been over a year and a half, going on 2 years for a couple of those. Like, come on, man. We need to get our stuff. It's been way too long. All right. So King Kong Myth of Terror Island comes out. Now, here, I might make some people mad with this. I might make some people mad. I'm not going to crap on it, but I am going to point out a couple of things. Number one is King Kong now is in the public domain. That's right. The original novel, it never from 1920 or 30. I can't remember which one it was. Well, they didn't renew their like copyright trademark thing, apparently, many years ago. So King Kong is now in the public domain. So what I find interesting is that if King Kong is now in the public domain and you can make a game based on it, you're not paying any licensing fees. Now, one thing that impacts pricing on products is licensing. But there's no licenser here. Like everything, as long as you're not using any of the footage or stuff from, it's kind of like Alice in Wonderland Pinball. You have two companies out there. You have Wonderland Amusements and Dutch Pinball, both making Alice in Wonderland. But neither one of them need a license or approval. The only thing they have to do is make sure that their art doesn't match the art that was in the Disney movie, because the Disney movie's version, Disney has rights to that. But if you're just using Alice in Wonderland and you come up with your own custom, this is what the Mad Hatter looks like, this is what Alice looks like, no one can sue anybody. It's wide open for use, right? So King Kong is like that. King Kong is now in the public domain. Anyone can make a pinball game based on King Kong. So if that's the case, and considering we would assume licensing costs a big chunk of money for these Stern pinball machines, why are the prices still the same? You know what I mean? Like the prices on these machines are no less than the prices on their normal machines. And I could say to myself, okay, well, maybe the extra costs that they would have paid to the licensor went into the machine itself. Like, are they putting in super duper extra features? Are they putting in super duper mechanics and things that make you think, oh my God, that's where the money's going? Like now we got a really cool mech, stuff like that. And really we're not. Like again, big shout out to Cool Toy. You got you got a cheap plastic Kong up here, and even on the pro version, the Kong doesn't, he doesn't do anything. He just sits there, right? But on the premium and the LEs, he'll move around, grab the ball, stuff like that. I just don't understand why, if you're not paying something that you would assume is a major part of pricing, why the prices are the same. Like, why didn't it go down a little bit? Because it's just Stern. Will Wonderland do a King Kong? Yeah. King Kong without the moving ape sucks. It's like Baby Yoda with wiggly ears. Cyan makes an excellent point. Supply and demand. As long as people keep paying these outrageous prices, then why would they lower them, right? And then the other thing is, so I'm just confused. Like maybe if I had gone to the what do you call it? If I had gone to the press event, the media event, because again I was invited, I probably would have asked them that question, and I'm sure other people did. Like, if you're not paying licensing fees, why are the prices the same? Right? I probably would have asked them that. And maybe they could have explained it to me, like, hey, well, we took that money and put it into this. But really, I don't know if there's a good answer out there for that yet, guys. You guys let me know. I want to show you something here. I really enjoy everything I'm seeing about this table except for one thing. Now, is it again enough for me to pull a trigger on? As you guys know, I'm very, very picky when it comes to my when it comes to the pinball games that I actually want to buy. I don't go out and buy every single pinball machine because it's just too much money, right? They put it into animation. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess you're playing through an original story, King Kong, Myth of Terror Island. Okay, yeah. If they said that somewhere, then I missed it. No license saved them from raising the price due to the tariffs. Lucky the prices didn't go up due to Orange Man. Okay, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That makes sense. Maybe it's a good thing. Does this mean we're going to see a lot more original themes, such as or what would you like to call it? Public domain themes. I mean, if you don't have to pay licenses, then you don't really have to raise prices too much. So, will we see like another Dracula game? Dracula is open. We went through that whole list, like Robinson Crusoe, Treasure Island. It's been a long time since these companies made a pirate game, right? I mean, wasn't the last one Pirates of the Caribbean? Wizard of Oz is public domain. Robin Hood, Hercules, any of the Norse gods, Greek gods, Egyptian gods, they're all public domain. A Christmas Carol, well, that'd be kind of tough. Steamboat Willie, you could make a Steamboat Willie pinball machine and Disney can't sue you. It just can't be Mickey Mouse. Steamboat Willie is public domain. I think that's the one. So maybe that's the way to go until this tariff situation irons itself out. Good looking out, guys, in the chat. Thanks so much. So I didn't understand why the price increase. The only other thing is the that I didn't like is the I think the spider's kind of cheesy. I'm trying to find the video. The spider that grabs the ball. Like I think that's kind of cheesy. Stern, Pinball, King Kong. Let me show you. Like, I think that's kind of cheesy. Let's hop in and let's just get to the fun part. So there's the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, and I guess the premium and the limited edition have the same artwork package, which I thought they were supposed to have different artwork to justify the price increases as well. But I guess it's the same artwork. Yeah, the Kong moving in the background, going like this. Like, I think that's awesome. The whole train car, uh, which is what unlocks multi-ball. Like you get the balls in the car, the gong. Like, I think it all looks really, really good. I just didn't understand the lack of a price decrease, but I guess that this makes up for the tariffs. So thanks so much, chat, for that. And then also the actual artwork on the table, like it's really, let's see if we can find a good overhead shot of it. It was right here. Let's see if we can find it here. I want to show you something that I find weird. Okay, so I guess Zombie Yeti did this artwork, right? And he's great. But King Kong takes place in two positions, right? King Kong takes place on the island and also in New York, right? Like, that's the whole story of King Kong. I'm not seeing a real separation here where I could tell, like, hey, where is the jungle and where is the city, right? Like, it's just like it's kind of like it's all over the place when it comes to the artwork. You know what I mean? Like, is the left side supposed to be jungle and the right side is the city? Maybe, but it's so there's just stuff everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, there's just stuff everywhere. See this? Now, when you look at Dune, you could easily tell what is on the pinball machine, right? Like, you could easily tell what everything is. It's not like it's just an eye explosion, right? And this does look like an eye explosion. But then again, it reminds me of Venom, and I bought Venom, and I like it, and I like his style. I don't know. Like, the artwork on the actual play field doesn't excite me. The artwork all over the cabinet, though, I love. I think that looks great. Like, doesn't that look pretty cool? Look at that. That looks awesome. And I love the little airplane they have, and all that stuff, and all the different shots look cool. Like, there's a lot of great videos out there. Make sure you guys watch Cool Toys video. He did a great job. The illuminated river zigzag turn, and a lot of people have been complaining. Where's the Empire State Building too, right? So I guess the jungle is just on one side, like on the bottom corner here. I don't know, but then you have on the right hand side, you have a cave on the right. See that? See what I'm talking about? Like, over here, there's the concave, right? Like, where is the story? You know what I mean? Like, where is the actual King Kong story in this? Is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's like they just took elements and stuck them where they can. Like, why does he have it here when this side is supposed to be the city side? He doesn't have a cave in New York. Where's the Empire State Building? You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting. Like, and then I know my buddy Console Kits was there too. He took some videos. Make sure you guys go watch Console Kits, stuff like that. He really, really liked it. He was talking. I was talking to him privately, and he was saying how much he really, really enjoyed it as well. Yeah, but no. We need an actual building, an actual building. It would have been cool. Do you guys remember? You know what? Someone who did something that I think is really, really cool was do you guys remember the Princess Bride, the multimorphic machine? What was really cool, and probably one of the coolest things that they did in that game, was they did the Cliffs of Insanity, where you're playing as the Dread Pirate Roberts. You're the ball. You get to the cliffs, and then the ball goes. You have to hit goals to get your ball up the cliffs. Remember, there's a ball that gets locked, and it goes up and up and up and up, right? And isn't that really, really cool? Like, when it got up there, you guys remember when we went to Pinball Expo, we were raving about it. Like, the Cliffs of Insanity is like the coolest thing. Why not put a mech of the Empire State Building, like, in the back, and then even still, maybe you have a miniature Kong and you hit the shots and the Kong climbs up the Empire State Building. Like it doesn't have to, you could still have the massive Kong in the corner, but maybe on the other top corner, you had the Empire State Building where every time you hit the shots, Kong got higher and higher and higher to the top. And then you fall down. And like that's your like jackpot or something. The death of Kong. Yeah, the Cliffs of Death was insane. Like there, I think that would have been cool. You know what I mean? Um, I need to play this one, and obviously this game is going to be everywhere. Again, is this one I'm going to buy? No. I myself, I think what I'm committed to doing is making when it comes to pinball machines I own, I'm committed to making a murderer's row of games that whatchamacallit, that are fantasy themed games. So games like Labyrinth, Dungeons and Dragons, stuff like that. And then on the other side of the room, just buy games that just have boobies on the back glass. Am I right, fellas? Am I right? That's all we need. Go get Barbed Wire, go get Baywatch, go pick up a lot of the old ones. That would be really, really cool. Anyway, it's really hard to make great opinions on this stuff if you haven't actually touched it in person. So, I think that these are really cool themes from both these companies, and all that. Each game will have its quirks or things that you personally don't like, but both games I think will end up being hopefully a success down the road, and all that kinds of stuff. I saw that, Cammy. Do you know what was funny? Is when they showed that backlash image of the girl with her, and she's got noticeable cleavage. Do you know how many people in this community sent that to me? It was pretty funny. I was getting messages, not just from YouTube friends, but from viewers going, so looks like you're buying an LE, right? And I'm like, why? They're like, look at the translate. And I was like, boobies! Boobies on the back glass. Yeah, Cyan, thanks so much. I need to get those Elvira shakers. That's great. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to play Dune when it comes to Arizona. I heard it's coming to Arizona. I plan on swinging by there as long as they let me in, checking that thing out. Picture? Oh, let me see if I can find a picture of it. Hang on. I'll show you. It's like a small part of the back glass. It's not like a King Kong LE back glass. It's not like a major part of it. Like we're like, on Baywatch and Barbed Wire, it's there. Whoa, wait a minute. Stern Pinball Kong. Here I am trying to wrap things up. And you guys want to see boobies. Okay. Oop, open image in new tab. All right. So it looks kind of like this. You know what I mean? Look at that. They should have made her bigger and made her this big. So her boobies were this big and then put on. But still, they did a great job. At least they didn't ugly her up. You know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with having a beautiful woman in video games and in mechanical games these days? You know what I mean? Like they want to make all the women ugly and boy looking, and it's okay to have beautiful women on these things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to have the boobies on the back glass. So yeah, that's really, really cool in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. Anyway. There's nothing wrong with, like, I don't care. Like, oh man, I just saw a game. I was playing a game that came out, and the girls looked like girls, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen this in a while. It's was one of these games that I just picked up. God, what was it? It's like, oh my God, the girls look like girls. I haven't seen this in a while. Like, is that okay? We're allowed to do that again? I think it was the Assassin's Creed. I think it was Mirage. There's a lot of girls in that game that look like girls. And I was like, wow, haven't seen this in a while. You guys are cracking me up. Anyway, it's really hard to formulate really good opinions when you actually haven't touched stuff. So, but just speaking from all the information I've seen in the videos I've seen, I think both of those pinball games are going to be super cool, super fun once they're finalized and out the door for everyone to play. And there will be things on them that I don't like, and there'll be things on them that you don't like. And that's just the way it is. YouTube, the internet is all opinions, man. It's all opinions. And if you don't like something, do what I do, guys. Don't buy it. You're not under any obligation, guys. Anyway, this went on for 90 minutes. I meant to only do this for an hour, but now I have 20 minutes to go downstairs, tell my wife to put the finger foods in the air fryer, heat up the chips and dip, because it's WrestleMania time, guys, in 20 minutes. And I can go to the bathroom and go play with my dogs and stuff like that. Hopefully this babbling was fun for you guys. I had fun, and hopefully we'll be back Monday. Remember, Multicade Mondays will be expensive but awesome multicades. We're going to do a special episode dedicated to just that topic. And hopefully you guys will tune into that. Give us a thumbs up on the way out. And hopefully I can also release some short 8 to 10 minute videos for you guys, product reviews. I'm trying, guys. Just bear with me. My life's a mess. I'll talk to you guys real soon. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much, guys. You guys have a great day. And my prediction, John Cena defeats Cody Rhodes, wins his 17th title. My other prediction is Gunther beats Jey Uso, because I do not want him to win the title. All right, guys, we'll talk to you real soon. I'm trying to find an outro. I can't find one. We'll just play this. We'll just play this for our outro. Have a good one.